Can live a better life without you on my mind. Don't need you to decide, without you I'll be fine. Hello, people of YouTube. Welcome to Friday. Alright, so I'm going to jump straight into the topic this week. This week's topic is how to deal with bullying. And I felt that this was a perfect week because I'm bullied a lot. Yeah, fucking bullied all the fucking time. And it's horrible. But I'm going to give you three tips on how to deal with bullying and how to deal with bullying. I apologize if I appear slow or I sound like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, because I honestly probably don't. But lately I've been running on like 4 hours of sleep a night. I've just been so tired and busy. Tip number 1, you have to love yourself. And I know that may sound dumb because so many people would say, oh, well, you're being conceited, or you're blah, 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 blah. But, you know, confidence is what rules this world. It's what makes this world go round, along with money and religion and everything. Confidence and being a bitch and knowing you're good at something is what gets you far in life. All these people who are successful, you will look at them and you will see that they are confident. They know that they're good in what they do, and they take advantage of that because they know that they will get far. So, my tip number 1 has to be, love yourself. And that may be hard. So many people are so... Society perpetuates that you have to be this certain weight, or you have to be this thin, or you have to be, this tall, or you're not this, or something like that. It's just bullshit, in my opinion. Just bullshit. Society is brainwashing so many people into thinking that you have to be this certain person to accomplish this. Like, if a woman wants to be beautiful, she has to be a size 2 or a size 1. She's got to be thin, she's got to have big tits, and she's got to have, has to have it all. But in reality, that's not true at all. Society perpetuates all these negative things on to our youth and our adults even, and it leads us to be even more insecure than what we already were. So, step 1 is definitely loving yourself. No matter how tall you are, how thin you are, how good you do your makeup, whatever, you have to love who you are first. Because once you have the level of confidence to know that you're good at something and to love yourself, nothing can stop you. It may sound dumb. It's like, oh, well, something can stop you, Jeffree. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Well, shut up! So, yeah. Tip number 1, staying confident. Tip number 2. This one is something that step number 2 is the hardest one out of this, I think. And it's ignoring all the negative attention you get, whether it be from the internet, from your school, from your home, from anywhere. You have to ignore any negative attention that's going to hurt your feelings. It'd be like, that's like the hardest thing you can do, because you're thinking, well, how can I ignore them? They're speaking so loudly, and they're, it's, but you just have to ignore it. I can't tell you how to ignore it, but you just have to. Like, some girls sometimes like to come up behind me and say I'm a faggot behind my ears in the hall. You know, people stare at me all the time. You know, there is not a day wherever I'm not I fucked. Yeah, I can't go to Walmart and buy shampoo without someone looking at me like some like weird redneck going like, you know, blah blah blah. So tip number 2 is ignoring all of it. You have to. Not gonna tell you how because it's self-explanatory, but you have to ignore it. So tip number 3, tip number 3 is staying strong. And what I mean by that is, because that might sound a little bit similar to being confident or ignoring, but all these tips correlate with each other and they work together. You can't just do one and not the other. So, you know, you have to stay strong. Like, nobody has ever physically bullied me, but I have people talking about me all the time. People are, you know, I get called that thing. People, like, if I'm walking up the stairs, sometimes guys literally, like, walk and, like, try and keep a distance away from me, you know, and that hurts. It really does. You know, to think that, I mean, I'm not a monster, or I'm not this grotesque being who is, you know, gross or anything like that. I'm a regular person, just like you, and you, and you. So, yeah. But, you know, you have to keep this. It's kind of like, it's not a disguise, because you don't want to hide your emotions, but you have to not show them to the people who are fucking with you. You can't let these rude comments, like if they're insulting you to your face, you can't, about to cry even though you feel like you have to. I've been in that place, but you can't do that, because if a person who is fucking with you, a bully, whether it's online or it's through your school, thing like that, if they see a tiny little bit of care in your eyes or in your emotion or the way you talk back to them, you know, damn it, fucking MacBook. Anyways, you know, if they see that you care, they're gonna think, oh, well, I'm gonna fuck with this person even more because I'll get a response out of them. And it's so sad to see, because so many people like to think that if they just yell or they scream or they show this bully how horrible they are feeling, that they're all of a sudden gonna stop. That never happens. Fucking bullies are stupid. They don't know what they're doing. And that may sound dumb, but they don't. They don't know that that thing you said about them, that thing that they said about you made you cry to the point where you felt like you had to cut yourself. I've dealt with self-harm. I've dealt with starving myself. I've dealt with, you know, feeling like I didn't have a place in this world. And, you know, it's gotta be one of the most horrible feelings in the world to feel like you're not welcome, or to feel like you have no purpose. But I believe that everybody on this planet deserves to be alive. No matter what anybody says, every person deserves to live. And it's gotta be the most sad. It's really sad to see that so many people bully these kids, these gay teens, these women, anybody can be bullied. You don't have to be this loser kid in high school. Anybody can be bullied. And it's so sad to see that so young of people are able to push and push and push to the point where a person might feel like they have to kill themselves to feel salvation from this hate. Anyways, I'm going to apologize to the people who submitted questions this week. I'm not going to be answering questions this week. This is too serious of a video, in my opinion, and I think that it needs to stand alone and speak for itself. Talking like it's a person, but yeah. I think that this video is too serious for questions, but don't worry. I'll be answering a lot of questions next week, I swear. And to the people who submitted questions this week, you will definitely be getting your questions answered next week. So please forgive me. I'm really sorry, but I'm not feeling good at all, and I'm having trouble filming. So please bear with me. So yeah, yeah. Hope you guys have a great Friday, and I will see you next week. Mwah.